down. And we might finish with a little bit of upward movement, but we're just going to get the body sort of stretching a bit deeper than usual. Okay, so pop yourself into your usual crossover position. Just make sure your bottom feels nice and level on either side. Now, I haven't muted you today, so don't swear. That's what I'm going to say. So, all I want you to do for a minute is just take some time to move, relax the head, and just feel very rooted. So we feel as though the tailbone's very much against the ground. And knees are as soft as they can be. I mean, I know if it's uncomfortable, just put your legs out, that's absolutely fine. A lovely straight line that leads up through the head and that nice string. So think about that coming up from the ears. You're lifting out of the pelvis, but you're not doing it with your shoulders, you're doing it from the body and the belly button. So again, with your legs nice and soft. You can have them out in front of you, but if you want to just pop them down nice and relaxed with the feet together because it's uncomfortable on the knees, you can do that. Just whatever feels comfortable for the moment. Okay, nice and relaxed. And just let the head move around and let it go in little different angles, from not just side to side, round, but don't put too much pressure on the neck. Just go to bed, what's smooth. And we're just allowing the movement to move down the body, down the spine. Very softly. And just have a little rotation with the shoulders, nice and slowly. And it's a case of you're going to feel some movement up near the neck, and that's what we want. We don't want to hunch it, we don't want to crush those muscles. Just want to almost massage them with the shoulders. Just round and round. And you're going one at a time. You can do both together, you can do any direction you like, whatever feels nice and comfortable. And then that movement will move back up through the head. Bring your hands into a lattice position, just push them out and just let the body sink a bit down, let the chin come down. Just hold here for a second. So what I want you to do is just take a lovely big deep breath and look at your chest. Let the breath go. Take the hands up over the head. Hold the breath. Now exhale and just let the hands come down. Place them back onto the knees and then let that neck move again. If you think about it, what we're doing is just encouraging greater movement through the neck, greater movement through the shoulders. Let the shoulders begin to move again as well. Kind of waking up the energy centers, waking up the body, a little bit tight on nights, and just letting the body move. And then bring the hands back to your lattice position, bring them in. So bring your elbows up, we're starting to work the shoulders now, so the elbows aren't dropping. Bring them in, body's nice and high, head's nice and high, still got that string, big deep breath in. Let's push through, round through the back, push through the fingers. Think about what's happening in the fingers this time, not just what's happening in the back. Let the head fall. Big deep breath in, expand through the chest, really get a nice expansion through the lungs. And then come up with the hands again, and this time rather than just reaching over the head, let the breath go and just gently bring them behind. So you're just pulling them behind the ears. What I want you to do is not lean back, I want you to draw the shoulder blades together, push your chest slightly out of breath to encourage that stretch. And this is where you're going to feel a bit of restriction in the breathing, so keep your hands up. I know your arms are starting to ache a little bit, but big deep breath into the chest, really expanding. So let's take a nice breath in. Let the breath go. One more time, breathe in. Let the breath go. It's a nice gentle workout, nice gentle warm up. Take the hands apart, take them out and down, so you're still engaging the shoulders. Arms are nice and straight. Make your biceps engage. Head's nice and loose, so we're not hunched up. Nice and open with the shoulders. Head's nice and loose, looking forward. Keep the arms slightly back behind your body. Still in the same sort of sensation. Use your shoulder blades to hold yourself here. So not in your arms, but in your shoulder blades. Big deep breath in. Retain that breath in your chest. Feel it open as much as you can. Exhale, let the breath go. Big deep breath in again. Take your chin up. Nice fresh oxygen in the body, and then take the hands down by the back, place them on the ground, fingers pointing away from you, and just draw your shoulder blades together and push your chest. Take your head up, your chin up, really open up through the neck, big deep breath in. Retain the breath here. Keep the body still. Let's bring the chin down to the chest. Stretch through the back of the neck. Stay here, look at the chest, big deep breath in again. And then exhale, lift the hands off the floor, let the head go to neutral and relax. And same principle as we had at the beginning of the class, let's let the head move, because when you work through the shoulders, it all moves up through the neck to hold you in place. So let the head move from side to side. And then let those shoulders gently begin to rotate again. So being kind to the body, think about what it's doing with the breath, how nice and comfortable the muscles feel, rather than forcing ourselves into excitable movements. Okay, this time we're going to start with our hands behind us. We're just going to clasp them together and we're going to draw back the chest as we've done many times before. So we're going to take the chin up towards the ceiling, big deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands out, we're going to round through the back and we're going to move the palms facing in towards each other and tuck the chin in towards the chest. Now stay here, don't let the arms drop. Think about them, level with the shoulders, engage them. We're going to inhale and look at our chest and watch it rise. Retain that breath and just reach out a little bit further if you can while that breath's in there, so you can feel the air push to the back of your lungs. Now let it go. One more breath like that, breathe in. The lungs full now, reach a little bit more so you can feel that stretch across the back. And then let the breath go. Draw the hands open to release the front of the body, drawing the shoulder blades back. Just rotate through the hands. That goes, floating, lovely job. Big deep breath in. Exhale, contract round through the tummy. Make the motion go into the stomach now as much as it is in the back. So now you're really arching through the front of your body. Back still straight, you're pulling the muscles in. Chin to your chest. Big deep breath in, let's expand through that chest again. Now hold the breath, let's wiggle the shoulders, get a bit deeper stretch through there. And as we exhale, really tuck the belly button against the spine. Let the head drop heavily. And with a big deep breath in, we're going to exhale, lean forward and drop the hands down in front of us. Let the shoulders rest. Let the head go, give us a little wobble here. And just let's have a little sway from side to side. So we're going to sway from side to side across the body, and then in a moment we're going to swap the feet over so we're not so uncomfortable. Let's just let that body move. So although you can feel that the shoulders and the chest have opened, what you're thinking about now is the muscles on the back. Although it's only gentle, you just let those muscles open and wake up, especially when you first wake up in the morning. It's always stiff, so have some movement. Let's lean to one side and stay to one side, and just see if we can lift the hand towards the ceiling. Now draw your shoulder blades together behind you to lift that hand up nice and high. Hands still out in front, look up towards the ceiling, big deep breath in, and just let it float back down. I'm going to do that on the other side, so we're going to draw up, really keep the hand engaged with the ground, looking up towards the ceiling, big deep breath in. And then we bring it back down. One more time, but we're actually going to hold it for a bit longer. So we're going to lift the hands up towards the ceiling, look up at the hand, big deep breath in, just open the shoulder a little bit, big deep breath into the chest. Retain that breath and just make the shoulder circle with the breath still inside the lungs 3 times. Nice and high, let the breath go. Breathe in. Now move the arm in the other direction. 1, 2, 3. Lift up, and as you exhale, calm down with the hands. So slightly different sensation. We're going to inhale, then lift back up. Let the breath go. Now fill the lungs. You're going to feel really restricted, so really push into the lungs. Now moving the hand. 1, 2 big movements. And 3, take the hands up, let the breath go. And again, big deep breath in. Then moving it in the other direction. 3 big moves. 2, 3, bring the hands down, let the breath go, let the body drop. So we're using the air to really massage the organs and the lungs and the back. So it's really useful that we use the breath properly. Big deep breath in. Let the breath go. Now walk the hands back. Lift your head up, lift your hands up. And then nice sigh. Let the hands come back down. Now bring yourself, just bring your feet out, give them movement. Nice, isn't it? Let the feet be. And then bring your feet together and activate the second chakra scale, which is your nurturing, your creativity, your inspiration, your passion. So we're going to see if we can just engage them by lifting the feet off the ground. Head's nice and loose. And take a big deep breath in. Really focus, really center yourself. Yourself grounding down. Feel the tailbone again. So take your attention to the big deep breath in. Now close your eyes and see if you can hold it with your eyes closed and let the breath go. Do that again. Big deep breath in. And then open your eyes. Then let the legs come back down. Now cross your feet over in the opposite direction. So we're going to be moving the shoulders quite a lot back. Actually, the attention here. So even though we're moving through the shoulders, we're going to be using the sides of the body and the hips for most of the work. So have a reset like we did at the beginning of the class. We let the shoulders rotate. They're getting more. You can feel there's more and more movement and mobility through them. So make sure the head can move, make sure the shoulders can move. We don't want to put any of the tension from here moved into the neck, so we want to keep that fluid. Big deep breath in. And turn on the central axis. We're going to come down towards that knee, and let's feel that in the back there. Let's let that breath back feel for a moment. Now, I'll come back up. Big deep breath in. Lift the head up, take the chin up. Retain the breath here. Feel it in the lungs. Now twist and take the head down and take your shoulder down. Lay down. Inhale, come back up. As we exhale, we're going to come straight back down. The hand that was on the knee is going to walk out in front so you can reach. Nice big reach. Keep your bum, the opposite bum against the ground. I'm going to push your hand against the opposite knee and push against. I don't mean force. I just mean a bit of resilience. So you can feel that shoulder can reach down towards that knee a little bit more. You can increase that stretch at the back. Let's take a breath in. And this time, let's concentrate on the tummy as we breathe. Breathe in deeply. Hold the breath. Give yourself a wiggle, feel that air moving around the organs. And then exhale. Let the head get heavy and let the shoulder get heavy. Feel that pressure against the opposite knee. Do that again. Big deep breath in. Hold the breath. Let the shoulder go heavy. Now very gently lift the body up. Pull the hands in, take both hands up nice and high and relieve the shoulders and the side of the body by just turning and rotate through the hands. Okay, hands come back down towards your knees. Still nice in position, those hips are in line. Let's get the position right today. So very exact position. Big deep breath in. We're going to twist on that central axis and we're going to come down. We're going to reach the hands out to the side and we're going to just put a little bit of encouragement. I say push. It's the wrong word. Encouragement on that knee to just let that shoulder get a little bit closer towards them. Now staying down, I'm going to breathe into the tummy. So big deep breaths in. Hold the breath. Keep it there. You can feel that stretch moving all the way down the body. And then as you exhale, let's let the shoulder twist a little bit closer towards that knee. Let the body go heavy. Try and keep your body really still. And again, do that again. Big deep breath in, use the air, use it to massage all the way down the body to the hip. Hold the air in, you might want to wiggle and move to get more distance between the shoulders and the hip. And then exhale, let that shoulder go heavy, come down. Let the head come up. And then inhale, draw your hand back, lift both hands up over the head. Clasp the hands together. Let's push through the fingers. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Sorry about the phone in the background. And then let's do some big circular movements through the body. So what we're thinking about doing is although the shoulders are moving, although underneath the rib cage is moving, we're actually just relieving the stress on the back. So let's just think about what the tailbone's doing. Take your attention to that tailbone and feel it move around in a circle. And then let's change direction. So we're thinking about that tailbone. Forget what the arms are doing. I know they're moving. Think about that movement through the tailbone. That's open movements, big stretching up and down. And then come up nice and high. Bring your hands back down. Bring your feet back together. Take hold of your toes again, or your ankles or your heels. And then we're going to very gently see if we can lift the heels off the ground. A couple of breaths while you're here. So let's have a big deep breath in. Close your eyes again if you feel you can. Don't worry if you don't want to. And just let the breath go. Now center yourself. This is all about waking up and feeling the energy. So it's less about moving the body as quickly as we can. So think about that tailbone against the ground, where our balance point is. Eyes are still closed if they can be. Big deep breath in. Open them if you think you're going to roll. Let the breath go. Breathe in again. And exhale, place your feet back down. Let your breath go and open your eyes. So open your eyes first and place the feet back down. I'm going to slide one foot out to the side, and instantly that stretch is going to move into the inside of the hips. What I'd like you to try and do is sit up on top of your tailbone instead of slouching. So try and stay up as much as you can. And just keeping your legs still. Try and get your heel so it's in line with the middle line of your body. And it's not touching the body, but it's slightly out, and the knee is nice and heavy. So what I want you to do is put one hand behind your knee, similar to what we did when we were reaching. One hand behind your knee, one hand on your other knee, and just a little press. So whereas before we were thinking about the shoulder, now we're actually thinking about the inside line of the leg. Just a little bit of encouragement, and just look towards the knee on the other side. Hold the position. I know it's not comfortable for everybody, so if you want to come out, you can do. So we're going to take a nice big deep breath in while we're here. Just with the exhale, just a little more encouragement on that opposite knee. Be very careful. One more breath, let's do it again. And let it go. Now lift the body back up. Take your hands up nice and high. Have a little reach, just to release any tension, and you're going to feel that move through the hips, which is fine. That's what we want. We're going to place one hand down, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Well, not complicated, but awkward. So we're going to move so we can see the weight's falling onto the bum cheek, the bent knee. And we're going to place the hand down. We're going to move onto the back knee, onto the front knee, and lift. And we're not going to go very high. It's just a movement through the hips. I just want to get blood flow through the hips. What I want you to do is dig your toe behind and feel a stretch to that hip flexor. So just hold here for a second. Big deep breath in. And back down. Place your foot back down. Lift the hands back up and come over the top. And bring your head close to your knee. Now you can feel it move through the inside of the hip and through the back there. So be careful. Big deep breath and use the breath again as a massage tool. Massage and support. Pull your muscles in towards your belly button, in towards your spine, and let your head fall a little bit. Inhale, lift the hands back up over the head. Exhale, place the hands down and going to come back up again. Push that heel away from you and just let that hip flexor open there. You're going to feel that on your knee, and this is what I mean. We're trying to actually just wake up all the muscles, so your knee's going to be under some pressure. Move out if it's uncomfortable, it's too early for you. In this position this time, I want you to see if you can arch your back slightly, lift your chin up towards the seat. Big deep breath in. Hold the breath. Now exhale, place your bum back down. Lift your hands up in the breath, left of the breath. Big deep breath in. Exhale, coming back down towards that knee. Let the head fall. Nice and relaxed. Feel nice and comfortable. Lift your hands back up and over the head. Open up your hands, bring them down, and then bring yourself so your foot is actually in front of your body now. So you're kind of relieving that hip a little bit. You're going to place your hands on the base of your foot or your ankle or your calf. And because your leg's out to the side, your balance is going to be very different to when we normally have that leg in front of us. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to see if we can start to work and lift that leg. And I can see you. And if you feel comfortable enough to, I just want you to feel the movement through the back of the legs. So I want you to feel as though this is starting to open. It doesn't have to be very straight, but we're feeling that motion in the back of the leg. Just allow a little bit of sway through there. Nice, doesn't it? Just nice to get those muscles moving. Now, bring that knee down. I'm going to place it over the top of the straight leg, which seems straightforward enough. And then we're going to move towards the front of the mat. So I'm going to move towards my open hip by bringing the hands down, placing them as close towards the ground as I can. I'm going to put my elbow on my knee to help encourage that shoulder movement. Don't worry if you feel that's uncomfortable. And if you can't do this move, don't worry about it. You just put your legs straight out in front of you. Over your back shoulder, you're going to feel that move up through the body there. Big deep breath in, really expanding the lungs all the way to the base of the lungs. Hold the breath. Now exhale, uncoil. Place your feet down. Lift your body up. And exhale, let's come forward. Let the head fall. Feel that stretch start to happen on the back and knees. Doesn't matter if it's not incredibly stretched or we feel lots of motion. I just want to encourage it. So we're just warming those muscles up. To encourage it, let's have a little sway through the knees from side to side. Now I do apologise, there's people in my kitchen making breakfast. So I might have to be making a cup of tea. So just going to have a little move from side to side. And then we're there. We're going to come back up with the hands. Come back over the top, so we're sideways on. Place the hands down and bring the body back to your butterfly position in the middle. Feet together, come back up with the toes, but we're going to change it slightly than we did before. So we're going to lift up and we're going to keep our eyes open this time, because what I want you to try and do is try and open the legs. Now, if you don't feel confident enough to open the legs, just keep them down, and if you want to challenge yourself again by closing the eyes rather than open, you're quite welcome, open the legs, you're quite welcome to. We're going to hold here for a second. I'm going to lift the head and we're going to just almost push the chest forward. So use your shoulder blades engaged, biceps are engaged slightly. And we can feel a lot of work happening now in the hips. So we need to be careful. We're encouraging yourself to root down again. So thinking about staying stable. Get deep. Hold the breath. And let the breath go. We're going to come back. We're going to place one foot down and we're going to take the other one out to the others. So we're now going to do the opposite thing, the same thing on the opposite side. Remember, we placed our foot so it's in line with the central line of our body. Our knees nice and soft, left foot's nice and relaxed. With the other leg, it's nice and straight. Try not to let the foot fall in, although I'm quite terrible for that myself, so we're just going to try and keep it level. To start with, let's just come up with the hands, nice big stretch up. A little bit of a movement through the shoulders again. Nice stretch. And we're just going to place one hand down on the knee and the other hand down behind the knee like we did before. And we're just going to let the head fall towards that knee. I'm going to push against the opposite knee and encourage that shoulder down towards the straight leg. Put a little, encourage. To hurt yourself. Put a little bit of pressure on the opposite knee. Head's looking down at the knee. Big deep breath in. Belly button in, let the body go heavy. Head's nice and loose here. Relaxing into it. A little bit of encouragement that knee. We'll find that one hip's always more malleable. Just keeping the legs there. Let's see if we can encourage a little bit more of a stretch. You can always bring the hand a little bit closer to you. Take a big deep breath in, twisting the shoulder, letting it come down. The outside of the hips and the leg. Everything just relax while you're in the position, although I know you're going to feel like you're under pressure. Big deep, one more big deep breath in. Go. Now very gently lift the head up. Lift your hands up, release the shoulders, release the other movement through the shoulders, and then we're going to come down and place your hands on the ground. We're going to come up and we're going to push that heel. So toes are in the ground and heels being pushed away from you, so you can let that hip flexor sink. Now, I don't expect everyone to be brilliant. If you need to put the knee down, that's fine. And if you need to be off your front knee, I understand. But I want you to, it's not forcing it. It's not, oh, I can't feel that stretch. Let's get deeper into it. I want this movement just to warm and encourage that flow of blood and the flow of energy. We're just going to hold ourselves here for a second, squeezing our thigh just to help. Nice breath in. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lifting the hands up. Exhale, let's lean in towards the opposite knee. Drop the head down. Nice and relaxed through the body. You can feel a stretch on the other side. That's what you want, that lateral movement. Big deep breath in. Let the breath go. Feel the stretch start to happen in the back of the knee. Inhale, bring your hands back up. Exhale, let's come forward. Back down. Okay, so we've got movement involved, not just stretching, but a bit of push that heel away from us. This time, if we can, we're going to move towards the ceiling. So we're encouraging now a stretch through the front of the body, so we move from just inside the hip flexors, down the leg, and up towards. Big deep breath in, take the chin up, nice. Uncomfortable, just bring your head back down, relax your spine. Deep breath in and out. On the next exhale, let's come back down. Place the foot back down. Inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, turn in towards that knee and lifting all the way. A little rest here, but breathing at the same time. So let's breathe in deeply into tummies. Exhale, let the shoulders become heavy. And again. Go. Inhale, lift your hands up, nice big movement through the leg. And then same as we did before, hands down towards that leg, lift the knee up. So now just relieving a bit of that inner tension. Take hold of, remember we're on a different balance point, so if you need to move your leg, we can do. But we're going to see if we can lift up and start to straighten through the back of the legs. So starting to feel movement now, down the hip. If you feel uncomfortable in this hip, just always bring the leg in. Let's have a little bit of a move from side to side. We're encouraging that stretch through the back, and we're not trying to force it, I just want you to feel it. So it's an encouragement rather than an actual let's get the back. Just letting it feel down there. Even if you find this uncomfortable and you want to move through that one. A big deep breath in. Now let's bring the leg over the top, place it on the ground on the side of the knee, so away from the inside line. That open hip, and we're going to turn into it. So big deep breath in, lift the hands up. Now as we exhale, we're going to place the hands down. I'm going to, again, you don't have to, but I'm going to put my elbow against that knee, near the knee, and encourage a little bit of a tension. Now you will feel that quite intensely down the spine, so if it's uncomfortable, just a lot going on here in the knee. So looking away from the legs, big deep breath in. Let the breath just go. And again, do that again. If you want to encourage it a bit more, you can let the breath go. Organs have a little movement in the tummy, just stimulating them one more time. Lift the hands up and over the head. Straighten out your legs. Let's move forward and drop them down towards the front there. Let the head go heavy. Stretching through the back of the knees now. Again, don't say about encouragement, just allow the body to move. So then you can feel the weight move across from one bum cheek to the other. You're not actually lifting the off the ground, you're just feeling that movement move down the legs of the back. So I'm just going to have a little movement there. Gentle movement. Encouraging the stretch. And we're going to lift up first. Take the hands up nice and high. We'll do that in a second. So we'll come down here and hold the hands in position. Engage through your biceps. Shoulder engage. Gentle twist. And then drop the hands down. Bring your feet back round to centre. Your fingers on your toes. Let's lift and pull the feet together. Let's take the legs apart. Now, we've been building up, so we've lifted the feet, we've opened them. If you feel you want to, even begin to rock. Now, I do know that people may feel comfortable to do that. The trick is not to think, what if my legs are straight or I'm holding onto my toes or my ankles. The trick is to think about your tailbone and what that's doing. So if you think about that tailbone swishing from side to side. So imagine yourself as a boat. I mean, it's actually bear pose. The boat is very similar with the feet out in front. And what it is, it's the bow of the boat that's in the water, and the rest of you stay still while the bottom's rocking, and it's very stable. Think about letting the body move and counteract what's happening. Just so we can move through the hips. Now, we are going to do a little boat pose. You have to turn so you're going well. So we're out to the side or if we're down, it doesn't matter. And whether you're out or you're down, you're going to bring the feet in. So even if you're here, you're going to bring them in. And you're going to try and bring the body up to a nice straight position. Again, if you want to hold on to your calves here, what this is going to do is you're going to feel that squeeze in the hip flexor. Let us stretch and little squeeze for a moment. I'm just going to hold the position away from the tailbone. Now we're rocking off the tailbone, so we're just making the back and the hips look in a slightly different way. Let's take a nice big deep breath in. Now if you feel brave enough, you're going to take your hands apart and off your feet, and you're going to hold the position without your hands. You know, it's dead easy. You don't have to. You can bring the legs down, you can bend the knees, you can feel that move now up into the legs. Big deep breath in, drop the feet down, slide them out, lift the hands up. Let's relax the back by having motion through the back. And isn't it nice to come back down and have a little rest and let the hands up. Little breaths now. And again. One more breath. Right. Lift the head up. Lift the hands up. Now this is a little bit challenging, but I think we could probably do it. Place your hands down away from your bum. See, there's a nearly foot's distance between my hands and my bum, because what I'm going to do is see if I can just lift the hips off the ground. What I'm doing is relieving that tension. You're going to feel that in your shoulders, but have a look at my shoulders and my hands. They're in line with each other, so I'm not away from them, not overhanging them. They're in a nice comfortable position. And I'm going to squeeze my bum muscles into my hips. Push those hips up higher. Try not to let your head drop all the way back because it puts pressure on the shoulder. Try and hold yourself in a position where the head can move, neck's engaged. Big deep breath in. Now place your bum down. Relieve the hands by bringing them up. Let the hands move again. Rotate through the hands. We're going to come back to it in a moment. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the knees up and we're going to rock down and bring the hands. Yes. Make sure there's nothing behind it, you're going to bang your head on. And then we're going to roll all the way down and just take the hands over the head, keep the feet still. Now bring your hands down by your sides and just tuck your heels up towards your bum. Remember with bridge pose, we do try and keep the head straight so we're not putting pressure on the side. The hands are down by the sides of the body. Let's squeeze the bum muscle and lift. So we're pushing the hip flexors up towards the ceiling. Remember, we're working through here at the top of the legs by squeezing. So we're pushing the glutes as though we're trying to get them to touch. No pressure in the lower spine. This is really important. It's all in the bum. So just hold yourself here for 2 breaths. If we can, come down at any time. Deep breath in. Feet in a very rooted, spread those toes, let the breath go. Let's do that again. Let the tummy go hollow and soften. Deep breath in, no pressure in the stomach. Let the bum do the work. Exhale. We'll do one more breath if we can manage it. Come down whenever you like. We're going to breathe in. And as we exhale, we roll down from the neck towards the tailbone. Place the tailbone on the ground and then bring the knees in towards. Just have a little sway across the back to relieve. Now you've been put there inadvertently. So we are going to do something that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but just see what you feel capable of. If you're on carpet at home, you should be okay. I'm going to cross the feet over. This is not uncomfortable. I'm going to cross the feet over. Now you can either touch your knees underneath you, or if you feel you can, you're going to roll onto your knees. Okay. Just place yourself in a nice neutral position and let that bum have a wiggle. Although we're going to do a cat-cow, I want you to think less about what's happening with the spine, more about what's happening with the hips. So we're going to inhale and take the head up. Take the tailbone up. Feel a little bit of movement through the front of the hips. You can be stretching through there. Now, as we exhale, we want to contract through this area of the body, through the hips, contract, contract. Now, the shoulders are going to be working, but really think about that movement here. One more time. Let's take the bum up. Head's nice and up, so we're encouraging that stretch right from the base of our body. Exhale, contracting around, tilt the tailbone up in the other direction. So now you can feel it across the lower spine as well. Slide back, keeping that arch going. Squeeze your bum cheek up. Lift your hands up and over your head. Take the hands up and really give a good stretch through the body. And while we're here, let's have a move. Because when we're seated, we don't seem to stretch all at the same time. So we're just going to move from side to side. We might want to move round and round if it feels comfortable. We're working here, we're squeezing here, and we're working at the front. Just going to get some movement in the body. And we are going to do our nice deep camel pose. So to start with, everybody's going to place their hands on the hips. So the squidgy part of your thumb is going to go up to the top of your bottom, and your thumbs are against your spine on either side. Okay. And we're going to lean and open up the body and let the head fall backwards. Now again, make sure there's no tension on the neck there. We're going to have a nice big deep. And let the breath go. Now if you feel you can, you're going to walk your hands down and touch your heels. Now if you don't feel comfortable, just keep them on your back. It is quite supportive on your heels because you can drop the hands down, drop the weight into your heels, and that means you can encourage that stretch to the front. So now we squeeze a bit like bridge pose. We squeeze the bum and we push the hips getting forward. And you should be able to feel that move into your knees, from the hips into your knees. If that's uncomfortable, come back up. However, if you feel you can encourage the shoulder blades together to push the chest up towards the ceiling. And there's one more step you can actually take. Your feet down if you want to take it a little bit further. None of this is what's the word, a priority. If you feel you want to, just take your time that you can. So your hands on the back. I'm going to take one more big deep breath into that restriction. And as you exhale, what you actually do is you lower your bum down. You can lift a hand up, so a little more comfortable. Lower your bum down, and then come into child's pose and really allow that back, because even though working through the hips, you will feel that in it. Release the spine by lying, sitting in child's pose and just having a big deep breath into our tummy so we can feel the muscles we massage with the air as we breathe in. So let's breathe in. The air inside the torso moving down towards the tailbone, and then let that breath just let it go. Let's do it again. And let it go. Last time, breathing in. And let it go. Now your head is on your hands are on top of each other. So push through the hands and lift back up and arch your back and tilt your tailbone towards your hands so you can stretch through a deep breath in. Let the breath. Now lift your hands back up and over your head. I'm not going to do that again, but we are just going to come onto our knees. That was challenging, but that wasn't what I was saying was going to be challenging. So some people might have problems with their knees here. Put something underneath and have a cushion ready if you need it. We're going to step forward, and we're feeling quite familiar move. We're going to step into a nice, look like a matador, don't we? And we're going to sit to nice and lunge so we can feel that stretch. If you're slightly hypermobile, instead of letting it just drop, almost contain it and come up. Okay? Knee, heels in line with each other, and bodies up as much as you can. If you need to be down or down, allow it, it's absolutely fine. And I'm going to offer you some stuff, so you don't have to do any of it. It's a challenge for you if you want to. Now I'm just resting for a moment. I just want those hips to encourage that stretch. So it's going to come from the knee and up into the hip flexor. Now if you want to put your hands on your back and lift your body, you can do, but remember we need to be careful of how we move the body because there's quite a lot of pressure through the hips right now. One hour, one step further, we're going to hold the hands and just draw them back towards the back foot And just lift the head. I'm not going to be here for very long. I'm just going to take a breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands back round. Now, bring your hands down. You can keep the hands down all the time through this next move, but you can lift if you want to. So first of all, everybody's going to dig their toe in behind. Now you can instantly feel the back knee is really taking quite a lot of the weight. So this is where if you need something underneath the knee, you're going to use it. Because you're going to lift up and point the toe and squeeze your heel towards your bum as much as possible. It means you're going to feel this part activate and you're going to feel the front of the leg activate. Squeeze. And then we're going to let that knee drop down but not touch the ground with the foot. And back up. And back down. Now you're going to hold it up. If you're quite flexible, and I know I am, I'm not sure everybody goes to do it, but some people can, I want you to see if you can reach back for that foot. You've got that supported hand, you may have blocks or books over, you may have something to lean on the side, use it. It's not about balance for the moment, it's about working through that leg and that knee. Now, I obviously can get a deeper stretch than some, but it doesn't matter. You don't even have to have the leg up if you want to rest for the moment, that's fine. But it will encourage that stretch all the way down to the knee. You can just keep lifting the foot up and down, just to let that knee get some movement if it's more comfortable. Okay, big deep breath in. Just release, drop the foot down, and let's stretch through the back of the leg now. So let's go all the way back. So just letting those muscles which are really have a little rest there. I'm going to feel that in the back of the leg. And I'm not sitting down on my heel, there is space. I'm just going to let the weight fall forward, so encouraging that stretch through the back of the leg. Let the foot move as well, let it move from side to side. You'll feel as you let the foot move and the knees as straight as it can be, that the movement from one side of the leg to the other, and that's what we want. We want to encourage that stretch. And after you've done it a couple of times, you might feel it start to move into the calf. Also good. And just rock across your foot a couple of times. So rock the heel, push the toe down. And you'll feel that move into the ankle a little bit more, as well as the rest of the leg that we're already causing problems for. A little move, and then let's slide that knee back. Let's release that leg. Come into child's pose. Oh, and have a little rest. You've earned it. And to move sides so we can do it on the other side. So just have a little rest there. Place your head on your hands underneath your forehead. Push through your hands, round through your back and come up. Exhale, lifting up nice and high. And release the hands back down. We did before. Let's step forward. Matador position. So knee, heel in line, letting it drop. And if you're hypermobile, just contain it slightly. Just allow the action to be happening, whether it's a stretching or containment. Rest your hands, you can have them down. If you feel you want to go that one step further, you're going to sit up nice and tall and just place your hands on your back. Feel that stretching home. And kind of relax into it. No stress through the face. Nice relaxed features, nice relaxed shoulders. Encouraging that to happen naturally. Now if you feel you want to go that one step further, let's clasp the hands together. We're not going to be very long. Squeeze your bum muscle to help support you while you're here. Let's open up the shoulders, take the head back. Big deep breath. Hold the breath. And then exhale, return the head back to neutral. Bring those hands down. Now remember what I said about the knee, we need to be careful. But let's squeeze the heel up towards the bum. Shoulders down away from ears, that's not honey shot, let's be proud of what we do. And then let's lower that back down. Let's do that again. And we'll lift so we feel the stretch across the top of the knee. And that also you be careful if you have had knee injuries, because you don't want to put too much, not all the weight on that knee. Now you can either hold the foot there. If you're going to want to go that one step further, I'm going to see if we can reach back and take hold of it. Now don't worry if you can't. I know again, like I'm quite flexible, so I understand that not everybody's going to be able to do it. But it's the encouragement of it's working towards the goal, and that's the whole thing. Okay. Let's have a little breathe in and out. Just hold the leg there, you can keep lifting it down and just let it drop down, it really doesn't matter. One more time. And make sure you're nice and comfortable, drop the back foot down and rock onto the back knee. Let your head fall down towards that knee, just encouraging it. Again, look, my bum isn't on my heels, it's lifted. It might not be in line with my knee, but I am lifted and there's less stress in the front of my knee. What we're going to do is we're going to allow the foot to move to side for a moment. Feel that stretch move across from the side of the knee to the other. It's quite a reliever after we've been working on that knee. And similar principle, but in a slightly different way. Let's put the heel and the toe. Yeah. Feel that all the way down the leg. Quite comfortable, actually. But sometimes we need to get a little bit uncomfortable to progress. So as long as you're not in pain and you're doing it safely. There we go. One more. Let the head fall down. And very gently bring your hands back. Bring your leg back. Give it a wobble. Give it a release. Now we're going to rock back. Knees are going to be in a little bit of stress again, so we're going to rock back and just see if we can sit on our heels. And while we're sitting on our heels, we're going to get the shoulders up. So we're going to bring them up, bring the hands into that position, and just push out and lean back. Oh, wait, now. You don't have, you want to lift off, you can do. But we see if you can lean back so there's a bit more pressure through the feet, stretching through the feet now. We haven't concentrated on the feet. If it's uncomfortable, you can put the feet down, you can come up and do it. Really, really uncomfortable. Now, if you feel you can, we're just encouraging a little bit more. Let's move the hands in front of the body. Feel the weight move from toe to toe, but we're also being able to do a lovely skin. There should be no tension on the neck. Let's be careful with that again. And then let's come up nice and high with the hands. What we're going to do, if we can, we're going to bring the hands down, we're going to rock onto our toes and into a forward fold with straight legs. So you can see. And if you need to touch your knees or your ankles, or you've got a block, you can use that, you can touch the ground. That's lovely. Don't worry, whichever feels comfortable. I just want to let your knees move. So we're just encouraging some warmth back through the knees after we've stretched them. Now, I do want people to be able to have straight legs. Not necessarily to the ground, but straight legs. So if you need to hold onto your ankles, or you do have a block, now use it, or a book, or something you can use it. Because what we want to do is, if you can't touch the ground with your hands on your ankles, we want the weight to come forward into the toes. And we want to tilt that tailbone up towards the sky. So I suggest if you have got something handy that you can actually use to lean on, that would be lovely. What we're going to do is we're going to very gently crack the knees. We're not bending them, we're just cracking them. And if you see from my tailbone, I've got a nice line through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt that tailbone up. Knees are still slightly bent, so I'm bringing the tummy down towards the legs. And tilt that tailbone, try and get the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Now I'm in that bent position, I'm just trying to straighten the legs so you can feel that all the way down the back of your legs and let the head hang heavily forward. Have a breathe. Let the breath go. And again, breathe. Let the breath go. Now, bend the knees quite a lot and bring them towards your chest and let your body fall onto your legs, not your knees to your chest, but your body onto your knees. Now, see if you can rock the weight forward and get that tailbone towards the sky a bit further. And now straighten the legs again and see if you can encourage that stretch through the legs. Now I know this is going to be uncomfortable for quite a lot of people, and if you feel your head's a bit uncomfortable upside down, just it's fine. You're going to have a breathe here. Let the breath go. One more time. Let the breath go. Now bend your knees again and bring your body against your legs. What you will find when you do this position, you do start to get tingling in your feet, which is totally natural. So we're going to lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling again while the knees are bent. And straighten the legs and encourage that stretch down the back. You can see what we're doing. We're encouraging ourselves forward by bending, tilting the tailbone and then straightening the legs. So what I don't want you to do is this, bend the knees. When it comes to straight, lifting your body and your back into position, we're encouraging that tailbone up, we're encouraging the body down. So we're going to have another breathe. Let the breath go. And rather subtly, even though we're not actually going to straighten or bend any knees, I want you to take the weight from one foot to another, not lifting off the ground, I just want you to sway the weight across your feet. So
You feel your body swaying slightly from side to side. Use your hands to support. You can even let them drag along the ground. But what we want to do is make sure that you're not pushing the hands into your body's lifted. They're just there to stop you spinning on them. A little sway side to side. Now bend your knee. Lift your head up. Reach the hands up overhead and straighten. Now take a minute not to feel dizzy. Bring your hands down. Hands drop. Let's get into a nice neutral position. Try not too far forward on the hips, not too far back. Hands nice and loose. Let's just have a breathe. Breathe again. So we're going to encourage ourselves to just work through the back of the heel. I know it's just very similar to what we do at the gym. We're going to keep our front leg forward. We'll have a little bit of balance. So we're just going to pop onto our toes and hover the toes off the ground. Sweep them back. Point the toe out for a moment. Bend the front leg and drop back. So we're not into a big lunge, but just enough to feel like it's happening in front of the knee. Now push your heel away into the ground. What we're trying to encourage from the back of the knee down towards the heel. Some of you might be off the ground and thinking, well, I can't get the heel down. I don't mind. The motion is not to try and get the heel down, the motion is to try and encourage the movement. So if you think you're trying to get your toes towards your calf, you're trying to close that gap between your toes towards your calf, instantly feel an opening at the back. Whenever you do yoga, when you close something has to open. That's when you get to stretch. So when you concentrate more on the closing of something, stretch will happen more naturally and more comfortably. Just hold that for a moment. And then you're going to come up and just place the foot down, so it's a little bit closer towards the body, and straighten your legs. Going to hold onto the hips, and we're going to tilt that tailbone up, and we're just going to lean forward enough to feel the stretch through the front legs, and just feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Elongating the spine, nice long spine, tummies are tucked in, engaging through it. And hold yourself vision, there's no tension on your neck. So if you want to drop your shoulders, you can do it. But remember, we're thinking about balance. If you need to hold again to something just to help, that's fine. Lift your head back up. Lift back onto your hips. Bend the front leg. And actually step backwards. Give your knees some movement and then walk yourself forward again. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Just got to remember which leg I did first. So we're going to lift and pop on our toes and just slide back out behind. Tummies are engaged. We're not letting the tummies sag, we're engaged. We're going to bend the foot and slide that foot back, and we're just going to push back. And then we're just going to push the heel away from us so we can feel that stretch happen. I know we look like we're very strong, but we are very strong. The heels are engaged and the legs are engaged. And we've got cores engaged, but we're using the back of the heel. We've got stretches through the back of that. A couple of breaths here. And that is good. We want to encourage it. It really is up to you. It's how you can feel it. So you might need to have shorter stunts than me. You might have a wider stance than me. It's not forcing it. So let's think about those toes reaching the calves and try and close that gap and opening at the back of the leg. So you can even push the knee out behind you, just to get that encouragement and that stretch. One more breath in and out. Now, bring that back turn slightly and straighten your front knee. Body's nice and tall. Hold on to your back. Let's tilt the tailbone up and let's have a stretch through that front back. So your balance is being tested again, but again, you can hold on if you need to. Now use your core. If you feel you're going to fall, use your core. Don't just pull your muscles, as in your belly button, in towards your spine. Pull up underneath into your body. So from underneath the base of the spine, of the tailbone, think about the muscles wrapping around and coming up and underneath the rib cage into your pelvic floor. So hold here, nice long body. Try not to let your body sag, but you might want to let the shoulders soften. Breathing in and out. Bend again. Now lift your head up, lift your shoulders. Bend your front knee and step back. movement through the knees. And let's let the feet live again, are we? And move across the toe. No. Let's move. We try and encourage a bit of movement through the toes. Sorry. And then let's come onto our feet and just come up and down a few times. And if you want, just to wiggle your ankles to get some movement, you can do. Try not to go over on your ankles. Or if you do go over, you're in control. Okay. Point your toes and let your ankles rotate so we can feel that stretch as we move. Shake the legs off. Hands off. Shoulders off. And we're going to do a tiny bit of Tai Chi to finish. I mean, Tai Chi, we're not Tai Chi teachers, you know, but just to encourage movement, because if you're stretching, I'm just going to move it. So, first of all, feet widen hips distance. Bend your knees. Let's inhale, bend the knees. Lift the hands up, straighten, stretch through the body. Exhale, come back down, palms facing down. Long breaths in, long breaths out. Inhale, coming up. You will look up at the hands if you wish. Nice soft movements as you bring the hands back down. One more time like that. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back down. Bring your hands over your knees and running through the side of the body. We're going to inhale and come up, lift the hands up. Straight legs, and as we exhale, push the knees down and push the hands out of you. You're not leaning back, back's nice and straight. Everything's moving, everything's still apart from the hands. We're going to inhale, come up, and exhale, bend the knees back down. So straighten as we come up. So we inhale, come up, nice and straight. Exhale, bend the knees, push the hands out. Taking shoulders from all angles. Inhale, come in. Exhale, back down. Inhale, take the hands up. I'm just going to lean to one side. Inhale, bring the hands back up. Exhale, lean to one side. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, we're going to bend one knee, come onto the heel of the other side and hold a big beach ball over our toes. So it's stretched on some of the tummies are tucked in. Stay here and have a breathe. Normally we're moving through it. I just want you to feel that stretch of the body. And over the top. Exhale. And release. Inhale, come up nice and high. Exhale, the hands back down. Up the front of the body. Exhale, out in front of you. Inhale, reach to one side, stretch the toe, reach the body, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring it down towards the solar plexus in the middle of the body. And again on the other side, inhale up. Exhale, back down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Drop your hands down. Inhale, lift the hands up, straighten your legs. Exhale, back down. Now hover one hand over the knee. Inhale, lift the knee with a hand. Pull that imaginary string up. Exhale, back down. Both hands straighten the legs, lift the hands up. Exhale, back down. Come to the other side, lifting the knee, nice and slowly, lifting up. Exhale, back down. Draw the hands up the center line of the body this time. Exhale, pushing out. Inhale into your beach ball on one side. Exhale, back to center. Into your beach ball on the other side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, reaching up nice and high, reaching the hands apart. Exhale back down, bend the knees. Inhale, reach to one side, stretch the toe. Exhale back in. Reach to the side, stretch the toe. Exhale back in. Now draw the hands up. Exhale, pushing them out. Slight variation. Inhale, take the body round, twist and curve the shoulder. Exhale all the way back to center. Inhale onto the other side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, reaching up. Then exhale and step forward and bring the hands down. Draw the hands back and lift the body up. Exhale, step back and push the hands down. Inhale, reach the hands up over the head. Exhale, step forward and reach forward and down. Inhale, bring the energy back up. I'll step down and push down. Inhale, reach hands up straight. Exhale, I'm going to come down, bend the knees, sweep in front, let the back open up, let the head fall. Inhale, back up. Exhale, coming down, let the body fall. Stay down, let the hands swing and just sway the hands around so you're, I don't know, in the ocean and you're moving it with your fingers. Letting this weight move. So let the head fall forward. And then inhale, lift the hands up and over the head, nice and tall, come up. Palms on top of palms and draw the energy down through the center line of the body, all the way to the tail. Inhale, lift the hands up, other palm comes on top this time, and we're going to draw that energy all the way. Push it down towards the ground, reach yourself, let it move through the feet. Hands up. Take the hands out. We're going to take the hands back up, lifting the energy, bending the knees. Bring the hands together into prayer, stretch the body, and exhale, bring the hands down towards the heart. Namaste. Thank you.